Okay, we're sitting in a little in the classical case we call this a waste area, but it's actually it's a work area for the school department of probably maintenance would be my guess, and they have a number of things laying around here. They have some piles of sand and gravel that they probably use in their day-to-day landscaping, whatever. But they also have here a large cut-off piece of trunk from a tree. And I think this is worth looking at. This is an interesting piece of biology in its own right. You can see that there are two trunks side by side. You often wonder about those trunks. Are they the same trunk? It's just doubled. But you can look here and you can see the bark between the two. Now, the part of the plant that is alive, I'm going to trace with my finger. My two fingers together. The outside of that is the bark. And the bark was alive, but as it grows out from the edge here during the growing season, it gets to the inner part of the plant keeps getting bigger and bigger, so it stretches the bark and makes the bark crack and crevice. As it spreads apart, it cracks and crevices. So that's why most barks are kind of rough or furrowed or in some way have an irregular, rough kind of surface. There's some plants that have smooth surfaces on their bark, but those plants, the bark is very elastic, and in this particular case it's not. This is from an oak tree. I tend to believe this is a black oak, and this area that's alive here, the outer layer of that is called the phloem. The actual layer that's between the phloem and the next layer in is called the cambium, and that cambium is the real live generating, germinating part of the tree, and then inwards to that is the xylem. And the xylem is where the liquids that come out of the roots, the water, and the sap travels. It moves up and down the tree. All these leaves out here need, in a tree, need water for the process of photosynthesis. Inside to that is the real wood. That's also called xylem, but it's the real dead wood that remains behind. As you grow the bark out, it flakes off. So you can see on the outside you have a very thin layer of bark, but on the inside you just keep accumulating more and more and more wood, or xylem. And sometimes trees get hollow in the center, but it doesn't mean the tree has died. It just means that the inside has rotted away, and the phloem, the cambium, and the xylem, early xylem, all continue to live and make the tree grow. This is a great example. This is a great little science experiment, or science observation site in its own. Thank you very much.